Now let's look at pro stock points. Since the start of the countdown, the plus movers, Dave Conley, Erica Ender-Stevens has gone down one, but Shane, Jonathan, Vincent, everybody moving up toward that do-or-done line.
Erica Ender-Stevens and Shane Gray have the best cars here this weekend thus far.
Are there 20 more points out there, courtesy of a national elapsed time record? That is the question that John Kernan asked Erica Ender-Stevens, crew chief.
Ricky Jones is Erica Ender's crew chief. And Ricky, with the conditions we have here today, how exciting is it for you crew chiefs?
It's pretty exciting to go out there and run real fast numbers like we did last night. When you wake up in the morning and there's frost on the pumpkin and you're in Maple Grove, you know there's a chance for record-setting conditions, and that's exciting. But at the same time, it's pretty nervous. I mean, because you got that much more power, and we have the sun on the racetrack today, so it's going to be a completely different ball game. It'd be pretty easy to go out there and overpower the track. So if we just control this thing and get it down the track, it's going to be fast. So
their #1 goal, not the record right now, but just get down the racetrack and win the first round.
But those conditions may indeed yield a national elapsed time record. We'll have to wait and see. Pro Stock begins with V Gaines up against Jonathan Gray. 6 rounds out of first on a great charge to the top. Part of a Gray Motorsports team that's won 4 in a row. But, oh, it's not going to be Jonathan today. He can get off the starting line. And in back-to-back Sundays, V beats a member of the Gray family. Last Sunday it was Shane. Today it's Jonathan. He goes 650 with a 3.
Next up, it's Greg Anderson and Jed Coughlin Jr. For the 9th time this season, they are facing off. Oh, a perfect life for Greg Anderson. How about Jed? He's 0-10 and he's second off the line. Oh, wow, and Greg Anderson pulls away for the win, a 650 with a 213-mile-per-hour win.
Stat Guy Special, that's the 4th perfect light for Greg Anderson as you ride on board with Jed Coughlin. For Greg, his first perfect light, though, in more than a decade. Reaction from Samantha, that's Jed Coughlin's wife. Oh, no, that's not going to be what we need if we want to defend the Pro Stock Championship. Jed Coughlin out in round 1 today. That brings us to Richie Stevens and Roger Brogdon. Roger, no round wins the last 6 races on tour, but he is the first Pro Stock driver ever to hold the record in the class with a sub 6.5 second run. Both these cars using elite power, but it's the one with the Pink Panther on the side. Oh, Brogdon goes sub 650 again, 6.496 to get the win.
Boy, what a great run by Roger Brogdon. Go on board with him. Look, he wasn't hardly working that wheel at all. That car was straight down the middle of that lane, and with that horsepower on the top end, makes a beautiful pass.
Good job, buddy.
That brings us to Vincent Nobile and Dave Conley. Dave Conley, since the start of the countdown in 2007, nobody has more countdown wins than he does. In fact, he has won the last 2 races in Dallas and St. Louis. That means Vincent Nobile has his work cut out for him right here.
And Dave Conley did that in only 23 starts versus 45. But here it is, Dave Conley struggled in qualifying all weekend long. Great rack time for Dave, 006, but a good one for Vincent, too. He's right there, and oh, look at that horsepower pull away on the top end. A 648.5 career best, 213 miles per hour. Great job to move into the 2nd round.
First time that Dave Conley has bowed out to Vincent Nobile this year in 4 attempts. The Lucas Oil photo finish shows you by half a car length. Give it to the Mountain View Tire Gang. Alan Johnson, Larry Morgan, AJ, 7 rounds out of first to start the day. Just a couple of round wins to start the countdown. Larry Morgan, a comp winner here back in 1985, goes 003 on the tree. But AJ with enough horsepower, 651, 2 wins, but maybe not the numbers we expected out of that Mopar car.
Dave, after winning 2 in a row, I don't know how much expectations increase. What happened on this run?
It was definitely a lot higher expectations than losing first round at Reading, but yeah, that's part of it. We struggled through qualifying. I think we had a hurt motor in there, and then Q4 we went out there and number 8 cylinder wasn't firing, so we finally got everything hitting on all 8, but unfortunately I don't think I had enough clutch in it, and just wasn't meant to be. Today was you know, it was a rough weekend all around, but you know, Shane's still running good, and he hasn't run yet, so hopefully he can carry the Gray Motorsports on to another final. That's all we can count for right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, next up, it's your points leader, Jason Lyon, up against John Gados Jr. John ran a career best in qualifying, a 657. Oh, but he gives it away. Big red light start. Jason's going to just run through the gears, knowing he has the win to advance to the 2nd round. What's the time on the board? Probably not quite what he was looking for. A 650 with the 9 advances.
Erica Ender-Stevens taking on Frank Gugliotta right now. Her crew chief, Ricky Jones, told me the track's really good, not as good as Q4. So he says that the sun has made it a little bit looser, so he's backed it off a little, hopes it was enough to make it down the racetrack.
Frank Gugliotta, the former Mountain Motor Pro Stock racers, in the lane opposite. Erica already with the second quickest run in class history. Now she's got the third one as well. 6:46.9, but not the record. Her 150th round win. Guess where her first ever win light came? Maple Grove Raceway.
Next up, it's Shane Gray up against Kenny Delco. Shane Gray, #2 qualifier, running a nice 6:48 in qualifying. Still a couple hundredths behind Erica. Oh, Kenny Delco gets all kinds of sideways off the start. That's it for him. Let's see what Shane can do. No, a little bit slower. 6:50 with a 6. Still quick enough to advance to the second round.
Interesting reaction from Erica Ender-Stevens. Got out of the car, and she was shaking, literally. Why?
Tire shake, Gary. We barely made it through low gear on that one. It started to tremble really good, and I just pulled her out of low as quick as I could, and thank the good Lord she went down. And to be able to run a 46 doing all of that mess says a lot about my team, our performance, our horsepower. And, you know, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a bunch of extra butterflies today, but, you know, God already has it written, and we just got to do our best job and see what happens. So really happy. We got a lot of people that help us. I want to say hi to the Engines Inc. people back in Arkansas. We really appreciate what y'all do for us. Thanks.
Lucas Oil ladder for Pro Stock now heading to round 2 on the top. All countdown clashes. What do you see on the bottom, Mike?
Gray Motorsports have won 4 in a row, but Shane Gray's the last one standing. He'll go up against Greg Anderson, and Gray's going to have the lane choice.